where what a difference a day makes, right? Yesterday, last night was definitely the calm before the storm. I'm at Pioneer Cemetery overlooking Puget Sound here. Yesterday's waters, calm waters, are long gone. We're going to show you here in just a moment what it looks like. But I want to point out that the hail and rain coming down pretty darn hard right now. And I'm hoping that you can hear me okay. Ivani, can you hear me okay? And Jeff is here. Welcome, Jeff. Awesome to have you here. So yesterday and last night, it was calm. It was semi-warm. Not today. It's cooled down a bit, but the skies have completely changed. And we've got thunder in the area. We've got hail. It was coming down so hard and blowing in my face. I actually had my mask on, which was serving as a face guard. No one else is out, so I took my mask off for this moment so you can see me. But actually, the mask was protecting my face because it kind of hurts when that hail blows really hard into your face. You guys hear me okay? I hope so. I'm going to stand out in front of the camera in just a moment. All right, Danielle, thank you for subscribing. You guys, I'm wearing a wireless microphone, so hopefully you can hear me okay. The cool thing about this microphone, it doesn't just let me move around, but it cuts down on the sound of all this hail right now and the wind. So that's a big plus. Um, Again, we are experiencing thunder in the area. We're obviously getting hail, rain, sleet, wind, and up in the mountains, the Cascades, they're expecting about a foot of new snow overnight between now and tomorrow on the mountain passes. Let me get back behind the camera. We'll get the umbrella over this phone so we can protect it. We have a DSLR. All right, we'll give you some better views of what's going on here. First of all, let's go over this way. And my friend Dayron Johnson tells me, "Hey, Will, wonderful to have you here." My friend Dayron Johnson just tweeted, and he's a big weather buff. Hold on, folks, because we're going to get a big blow coming through right now. So there's that. What's happening is we're getting intermittent heavy rains. Thank you for very much subscribing, Glenn Foster. Nice to have you here. So we were down on that beach last night at sunset and into evening twilight, and the water was really calm compared to all of this. The ferries were going back and forth, transporting trucks and cars and people between here and nearby Whidbey Island. They were departing, coming and going as I left. We'll hopefully be able to stay live here long enough. I've got my rig set up so my wireless gear is protected, taped down, and I've definitely got power going into my phone, so that's going to help sustain this as long as the water doesn't affect the phone. I just learned a crack of thunder that you heard a crack of thunder that made you jump out of your chair. So that's Janine Sadola. She is on Vancouver Island, Canada. I'm guessing maybe 50 miles from here as the crow flies. There's hail on the ground. Cherry blossoms are coming off. And I've got an umbrella in one hand to help protect this phone. I'll tell you what I didn't expect was my hands to get so cold. My hands are really cold. I'm wearing gloves, fingerless gloves, and I did not expect. And I'll tell you, when that hail blew in, I was setting up the gear here. I did most of it under my tailgate at my vehicle, so I could be protected from the rain. And then when I was setting up here, everything turned to hail for a while, and it was coming almost horizontally at me. I mean, diagonally for sure. And it was hitting my face, and I was shocked at how much that was hurting. So it was definitely made an impression, both physically and mentally. So if you don't have to be out and you're experiencing weather like this in your area, don't be out. I thought it would be good to kind of expose, especially the people on HAPS, to the kind of stuff I might do from time to time, in addition to wonderful sunsets and sunrises and wildlife encounters with snow geese and trumpeter swans. I do chase weather from time to time, breaking news. But let's go ahead and look just beneath us. We've got the railroad tracks, and you can see the waves coming up. just want this phone to let me zoom out. There we go. So across the way there, normally we see Whidbey Island pretty clearly, but you kind of lose it. I don't know if that's fog or the result of what's condensation in the form of rain and hail out there on the water between us and the island. So yeah, this precipitation, literally like the water, comes in waves. I'm gonna put my umbrella down for just a minute. Hopefully it doesn't blow away. All right. You all still with me? Haven't seen any comments appear for a while, so hopefully the signal's still going out. I was just struck just by how fast and furious that hail came down as I was setting up. Jeff, thank you for confirming. Appreciate that, my friend. Woo! Excellent, Jeff. Thank you. Much heavier rain where you're at, Sherry. Are you in Everett right now? Or where are you at? Sound and audio still good. Thank you, Will. I appreciate that. Man, my fingers are so cold. I did not expect that. It was around 45 degrees right as I was setting up. The audio cut out for you for a bit, but back now. Thanks, Janine. That's because I tapped the button on the Haps app that mutes the audio. So I apologize for that. You're in Mukilteo and it's much heavier where you're at right now. Well, I'll tell you what, about almost 10 minutes ago, right around the time I was setting up for this, during the setup actually, hey Barbie, will do, thank you. So you're right up the hill. Sherry, 92 where Jeff's at in Orlando, Florida. Ha! I tell you what, Sherry, it was coming down briefly so hard and the hail was coming, blasting at me off the water, kind of diagonally coming down and hitting me in the face, and it was not pleasant. Okay, we're going to see the ferry now. That's good. Ferry is leaving Mukilteo. I'm not in California. I'm in Mukilteo, Washington, about 30 miles north of Seattle, Washington. Okay, you'll soon see the ferry. Whoops, sorry about that. And there's the ferry entering picture from the right side behind the tree. Headed to nearby Whidbey Island. It's about 15-20 minute sailing typically. Sometimes that does vary depending on conditions and how long the wait is to get into the dock, because the other ferry's got to get out of the way. That other ferry has left dock on Whidbey Island and is headed this way. That's what these two ferries do all day and much of the night long. They go back and forth, taking people back and forth between the dock here in Mukilteo on the mainland and Whidbey Island, Clinton, Whidbey Island. You're welcome, Will. Sometimes during really choppy waters, you can really see these ferries blast into the waves, and you can see these humongous splashes as they hit the ferry. That's not happening at this moment. Sometimes they have to change their direction. They'll go way south and do a big hook or curl, or way north, depending on what the other ferry's doing and what the water's doing. And pretty soon you're going to see that other ferry coming into your screen from the left. Again, it's the one that left about 5, 6, 7 minutes ago nearby Whidbey Island, and it's coming here to Mukilteo. Will, an umbrella in one hand and straightening the tripod with the other. Harry, wonderful to have you here. Thank you, Jeff. I'm doing well, thank you. It's raining in New York City as well. Thank you for sharing. Action speaks louder than words. Can't argue with that. Super windy on Whidbey Island. So there's Whidbey Tom in the comments. Thank you, Tom. Tom is a great person to engage with on social media. He lives on Whidbey Island, longtime follower of and member of the engagement here on my live streams. Great to have you here, Tom. Thank you. How much does the ferry cost? The Staten Island ferry is free. Well, it's not free, unfortunately, here in Washington. And depends on whether you're a walk-on, alone in a vehicle, or with other adults and or children. And I imagine also holidays definitely impact it. And maybe, Tom, you could shed some light on that. I think when myself, my wife, and my 2 small children last took the ferry, gosh, it's been over a year, a couple years ago now. I'm guessing it was around 15, 17 bucks or so. Won't get hit by light. Dave Abrahamson. Here, let me put the, good to have Dave. Speaking of fine photographers, my friend Dave Abrahamson, who I've known since middle school, has joined us on Facebook. Wonderful to have you here, my bud. Dave's also a personal trainer outside of Portland and Wilson. Go to WI. I don't know what WI stands for, my friend. It'd be a long ferry ride to Wisconsin. Gosh, I'm still recovering from that blast of hail as I was setting up, you guys. I haven't hit something like that since long ago when I think I worked in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That was something. Oh, WI's Whidbey Island. Okay, thank you very much for that, Tom. Okay, I'm going to put the umbrella down. Hopefully our phone continues to hang in there in these rainy conditions.